Today I'm going to discuss the Martingale betting system. It's commonly used in games where there's approximately a 50% chance of winning, like roulette, craps, and blackjack. But is this system really an easy way of getting rich off the casino? Well, not exactly, but I'll start off by explaining what exactly the Martingale betting system is. So it consists of two simple rules. If you win, bet the same amount, and if you lose, double your bet. So let's go through a simple example of the Martingale betting strategy. So say you bet $10 and you bet on red. You spin the wheel and it turns out the ball lands on black, so you lose. So, according to our system, your next bet should be $20. You bet again on red, you spin the wheel, and it turns out it lands on black again. So, on our next bet, we bet $40 and it finally lands on red. Yay, this is exciting. So how much exactly did we win? Well, on that one spin, we made $80, but when we total up our losses, we lost 70 over the process, so our net earnings are $10. The Martingale system always works this way. We're always looking to win that initial amount. Intuitively, this seems too good to be true, but there are some critical flaws in the Martingale betting strategy. The first being that this strategy requires an unlimited bankroll to guarantee success, and the second being table limits that casinos implement. Alright, let's take a look at another example. So, say we bet $10 on roulette and we lose. So, according to the Martingale system, we have to double our bet to $20 the next time. Well, say we lose again, now we have to bet $40. If we lose again after that, we're up to 80. And so if this keeps on going and going, this adds up really quickly. So if we lose just 6 times in a row, our next bet has to be a whopping $640 just to win 10 measly dollars. This becomes more clear when we look at our betting system as a function. So in the examples that I just described, our function would be 10 times 2 to the exponent x, and it's really this 2 to the exponent x part that we're interested in. So if you increase the value of x by 1, the value of 2 to the exponent x doubles, and this increases very fast. Some people may hear this and state that it's really unlikely to spin the same color in roulette multiple times in a row. Although intuitively this might make sense, it's actually not. Each spin of the roulette wheel is an independent trial, with approximately a 50% chance of getting either red or black. Or more precisely, slightly lower when you account for the 2 zeros. The Martingale betting strategy actually isn't that bad in the short run, but it's more the long run that counts. I'll show you guys the short run calculations first though. So if we spin the roulette wheel once, our odds of losing are the amount of spaces we didn't bet on, so 18, plus the 2 zero spaces, where the casino wins. So this gives us a 20 over 38 chance of losing, which is about 52%. So now if we spin the roulette wheel 6 times in a row, the chances of this happening are the odds we lose once to the exponent the number of times that we spin the roulette wheel, so 6, and this is about a 2% chance. That doesn't seem that bad. But now let's take a look at the long run. And the main thing we're worried about here is consecutive streaks of losses, because that's when we can lose all of our money, and then we're not able to recoup anything. So let's get started. We can conclude from our last example that the odds of not getting 6 consecutive losses in our first 6 spins is 0.97874. So this doesn't seem that bad. You have a pretty good chance of winning your initial amount of $10 on your first 6 spins. But the longer you stay at the wheel, the worse your chances get. So, the chance of losing 6 in a row each spin follows this formula. So, first part of our formula is 1 minus 0.526316. And so this part of our formula is the odds that you win the n minus 6 spin. And so we're going to multiply this by the odds that you lose 6 in a row. And so these odds are 0.021256, and we found this in our previous example. And so this equals 0.010069. So now we're going to take this result in order to calculate the odds that we have at least one span of 6 games where we lose all 6, over 73 spins. So first off, we're going to write down the probability that we found before that we lose 6 consecutive spins in roulette. And so the probability of this is 0.978744. And we're going to multiply this by 1 minus the result that we just found. And this is going to be to the exponent 67 because that's the amount of spins we have after our first 6 spins. And so this result that we get here is the probability that we don't have 6 consecutive losses over 73 spins. So when we take 1 minus that probability, it gives us a 50.3% chance that we do have 6 losses in a row over 73. So if we repeat these calculations for a larger number of spins, we get some astonishing results. If we spin the roulette wheel 150 times, there's a 77.2% chance that at one point we'll have 6 losses in a row. And if we spin 250 times, 91.1% chance. Suddenly this strategy doesn't look so good anymore. So now we'll talk about the other limitation, which is table limits that casinos place on the game. These pose a big threat to the Martingale betting system, because even if you had an unlimited amount of money, the casino would not let you keep betting that high. So if you started with $10 and you had 6 losses, now your bet has to be $640 according to our strategy. Well, what if the table limit was $500? Now you're screwed. You've lost all of that money and you can't recoup it. So the only option here would be to either jump to a bigger table or be playing a major catch-up game and having to win a lot more than you lose. Neither of which are very good strategies. So overall, does the Martingale betting system work? Well, I guess in theory it would, but it relies on two main things. That you have an unlimited bankroll, and that there are no table limits. So in a realistic situation, this just doesn't happen. So it's not really a great strategy to use. Hopefully you guys found this video entertaining. If you guys have any experience with Martingale betting strategy, feel free to leave some comments and discuss among yourselves.